You probably have seen it. Slim pickings when it comes to meat in the grocery store. And what is there is getting more and more expensive each day.
Yeah, so today we are learning how to make the most of the cut of meat. We're going to make it taste just like the expensive cut that you'd get at the gourmet restaurant. And here to make that happen is author and chef Gretchen Hanson. How are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
Wonderful.
It's wonderful to be here.
Wonderful to be here in person.
In person,
It's amazing.
yeah.
It's amazing.
You got a lot of stuff here to show us.
So I do, but this demo is a little boring because basically all you're going to do is you're going to pound, you're going to whack some meat, okay? So you guys are going to have a field day with this. You are using something called a blade tenderizer, and I want to warn you, if you put this through your hand, it will puncture holes.
Okay.
So basically you're going to put your gloves on, and you're going to take this really cheap, $2.99 a pound, I think it was a sirloin steak that I like cut a piece off of. I mean, it's the cheapest cut you can get. You're going to take this, and you're going to start blade tenderizing it, okay? So take it out of the bag, and then we're going to talk about how we're going to marinate that and how we're going to make that softer. Now, Jimmy, over here, you are taking a chuck steak, which again was like $2.99 a pound. I got these at like the 4 for $20 pack, so there's enough for like 16 people. Start with your bigger blade of your tenderizer. This is a meat tenderizer, and then go to your smaller blade as you get it wider. You want to get this so it's almost translucent and paper thin. Okay?
Really?
Yeah, really.
How am I doing?
Yeah, you're doing great. So while you're doing this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually season this with a little bit of sugar. I know that's weird. Sugar, yes. A very rough, coarse, kosher sea salt, okay? Some white pepper. There you go. So blade away.
And Lisa's thing is exactly that.
Pound that thing.
It's actually blades going through the meat is what you're doing.
You're doing great, yes. So actually, I wish you could see this.
I've never seen
Let me see.
before.
Okay, so there you go. See how sharp and evil that is? I actually put that through my hand last night. So yeah, I'm fine. But that's what's going into the meat. So what you're going to do is you would take things like an enzymatic marinade ingredient, like papaya, for example. So papaya breaks down proteins, okay?
Really?
Yeah, so natural papaya. You don't want to use the meat tenderizer that you get in the jars because it's filled with chemicals and preservatives. But if you take a natural papaya and pound that into the meat all over, that's going to continue to tenderize the meat. But you can just go straight papaya right into this.
Straight
there you
papaya.
go. Straight papaya.
All papaya.
Go papaya. Pound that for a minute. Jimmy, you got to work harder. You got to pound harder.
I got to tell you.
All right. So while you're doing this, I'm going to season this a little bit. Again, with sugar, salt, pepper. Okay? Pound away. Come on. Pound. Pound. All right. So what happens with these steaks is, first of all, they have a very tough sinew in the center. I'm sorry, I'm not wearing gloves, but they have a very tough sinew in the center. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your knife, and I'm just going to demo this for you so you can see what I'm doing. You're going to take your knife, and you're going to slice across the grain. So basically what you're seeing is that little stringy bit right there. Hold it up so you see that. So that's cutting across the grain.
Cut across the grain.
Now, obviously, I would remove this tough gristle on the outside because that's not like actually good fat. That's actually going to be really, really tough. I would move that on the outside, and depending how we were going to cook this, I might save this and put it on top to cook in the fat, because cooking in fat is one of the ways to tenderize.
Sure.
So
makes sense.
Slice this, take off your gristle, slice this across the grain, and then we're going to throw that in a bag to marinate. All right, come on.
This is like therapeutic.
Yeah, okay. Harder though. You've got to really beat that thing. All right, we're going to pretend like you beat it
I've got
hard
a framing hammer at home, but I could probably do better than this. Or you can tell me do both sides. I didn't know that.
All right, so when you're done pounding this out, what you're going to do is you're going to stuff this with a mixture of the spinach, the Asiago cheese, and the breadcrumbs. So why don't you mix that together, and then I'm going to show you how to wrap that.
Okay. And then I've got, I'm going to cut.
There you go.
Yep.
Should I be
and
pounding
the thinner
more?
you slice that across the grain, the more tender it's going to be. So really thin slices.
Okay.
So you're going to take a meatball size of this, you're going to stuff and wrap. Let's stuff and wrap, and then when we come back, we're going to talk about containers.
Okay.
All right.
Meatball size.
All right, meatball size. There you go.
All right, we're going to keep cutting and
And then put it in the bag, and then we're going to put it in the marinade.
All right, Del Mar Life. We'll be right back. Oh, yeah. We are back in the Del Mar Life kitchen. The Bad River Band playing on the Mid-South Audience stage, getting us in the mood for some good food. Gretchen Hanson is here. Thank you, guys.
Perfect. That's how it goes. goes, slow and low. So that's actually
awesome.
what we're doing right now is cooking slow and low. So these, I want to talk about containers. This is a clay pot kitchen container, which I picked up at a thrift store for a couple bucks.
Ooh.
And that's what I put the chicken confit in. I used chicken legs instead of duck legs. They were 99 cents a pound, and I basically put them in butter, cooked them overnight, 170 degrees for 12 hours.
Wow.
And you're going to taste those, and you're going to tell me how amazing they are, which I've actually already cheated and tasted them. They're incredible. This is a tagine, which you can also find at thrift stores, or you can pick up a tagine. Yeah, it's actually a Moroccan cooking utensil, and they are amazing for holding in flavors. The braciole, which you're making, Jimmy, I cooked this at 170 for about 4 hours. It could even go longer. It doesn't matter. You just want to make sure it doesn't dry out. The longer you cook it, the more tender it becomes. Now, Lisa, one of the great tricks that I have is greasing a paper bag to cook in.
Okay.
So this is actually butter, so you don't have to use the spatula. You can basically take the butter and just grease that inside of that paper bag.
Inside of the paper bag.
Exactly. Grease the inside of the paper bag, and then we're going to put the steak in, seal it, and put it in the oven. I know, it's fun, right?
Yeah.
And then you can clip it, and you basically take a piece of kitchen twine, tie it up, and it cooks almost like a papillote. Have you ever used parchment paper to cook? Yeah, exactly. It cooks almost like a papillote. And then another cheat is these. These are amazing for cheap cuts of meat. You can just throw these in the oven all day long, and they're fantastic. Now, Jimmy, I want to teach you how to wrap and roll.
Show me what I'm doing.
All right, you're going to roll this over.
All right.
You're going to tuck this bad boy in like here.
Bad boy tucked.
There you go. Roll it here.
Right.
And then you're going to take it and almost like a Christmas present.
Okay.
Okay? Watch this end flap here. You're going to lift and tie tight, but you're going to make sure your sides are tucked tight. And then you're going to tie it here. And then, of course, make sure you remove it before you eat it. Now, all these cuts of meat were under $2.99. This was actually 99 cents.
Serious?
This is my favorite because, you know, having been trained in Paris, I love confit.
Right.
And it's a great way to get confit without the price tag of duck legs.
Okay, so explain to me confit.
Confit is cooked in fat. So basically what I did was I cooked this in fat overnight. So basically, you take chicken legs, and I actually have some here. Let me pull them out. So I basically take chicken legs and I overnight marinate them in parsley, garlic, and shallots, and a whole bunch of other things, bay leaves, juniper, et cetera, et cetera. Marinate them overnight. It's not even a marinade because it's a dry brine more, and it's more about getting the floral flavors in. So then I would take this, wash this off, cover it in butter, and cook it for 12 to 14 hours. And isn't that good?
This is incredible.
I know, right?
I thought you were feeding me a line. This is what you're going to say.
Right.
Well, no, actually, that's what I'm going to say.
It's really incredible.
That is
I
magnificent.
know, it really tastes like a confit.
99 cents a pound.
99 cents a pound. You can't beat that with a stick.
Can't beat that with a stick. And we got some sticks, too.
We do
Just
have
saying.
sticks. Okay.
We have meat mallets.
Meat
So,
mallet.
yeah, really essential. These meat mallets and blade tenderizers, they're super inexpensive, super cheap. They'll pay for themselves in one meal. So, and they work wonders. And don't forget that papaya. The papaya is a miracle worker for, like, cheap cuts of meat.
Yep. Well, we have a ton of information.
Yes.
Probably thinking to yourself, I don't remember all that. That's okay, because you just go on our website, delmarvalife.com, click on What's Happening. We'll have it all online with recipes. Gretchen, thank you so much.
You are
Thank you
so
so much.
welcome. It's always a pleasure.